Welcome back, everyone, to the Brian Crombie Radio Hour. I wanted to end tonight, as we've been talking about, getting through trauma and problems and issues and dark nights of the soul with my own learnings. Because I've had my ups and downs. As some of you who have followed me over the years, or my friend, or know me, know that I've had some ups and downs. And so, while I may not have gone through the trauma that Sandra went through, um, I think I've had some learnings, and I'd like to share that with you. I think the first one and the most important one is don't isolate. You don't need to spend all your time by yourself dwelling on what your problems are. Make sure that you got a friend. Some people say you got to have professional advice, you got to go on a program, whatever. Maybe that's true, but at minimum, talk to a friend and and talk it through with somebody. Whatever it is, whatever the trauma is, whatever the problem is, whatever the issue is, don't isolate. That said, the opposite. Be alone sometimes. Find some alone time. I think prayer is really helpful. Journaling is helpful. Meditation is helpful. I sometimes I just sit back and zen. Other times I sit on my deck at a house that I have, just staring at the water, and it's meditation for me. Or I just go for a walk. Some people talk about tree bathing or forest bathing or just walking. And I think that you need some time with other people. Don't isolate, but then you also need time alone to think and to wonder what went wrong, how did it go wrong, why did it go wrong, what did you do to contribute to it, how can you get through it, what you want to achieve in life, what your passions are, what your purpose is, all those things that you need to spend some time thinking about. I think third, and this is really important, is recognize triggers, because some people, they think that triggers are okay and they allow these triggers to happen, and they don't realize that you know what, things happen, crap happens, shit happens in life. And part of growing older, getting mature, being an adult, etc., is figuring out how to deal with triggers and managing them so that you don't fly off the handle, so you don't hurt yourself or somebody else, so that you don't do dumb, stupid things. And I think you got to recognize what those triggers are and get them under control. Because I think there is this difference about what happens versus how we respond, and we can't control what happens, but we can control how we respond. And so I think that, whether it's my mom saying, take a deep breath or count to 10, or, whether it's lots of other people that have provided advice over the years about how to control your triggers, I think that's really important. And so that's my third recommendation to you. I think fourth is getting through whatever it is a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. Some people think you need to reach rock bottom, as Sandra said, and so therefore you think it's bad, but it might have to get worse before change is really going to happen. And you're not going to have a eureka moment where everything is solved. And so I think that understanding that things will take time and it's a journey, whether it's a 12-step program, if that's what the issue is, or it's something you've got to grow into, or it's got a bunch of books that you got to read, or you're just thinking that you got to do, or a book that you've got to write, or journaling that you got to do. Getting through your problems, figuring out what the solutions are, getting to the other side is not going to happen overnight. So don't expect it to happen overnight, and be patient with the journey. I think as you're going through that journey, one of the books that I loved the best was The Alchemist, and it talked about omens. And Sandra talked about things just showing up. I do think that as you're going through life, things pop into your life, people pop into your life, books pop into your life, articles pop out that you need to read. And whether it's God, whether it's the universe conspiring to help you through your problems, whether it's omens that are put in your way, I don't know what it is. But I do think that things are going to, jump up. I've got a cup on my table right now that just speaks to me, just happens to be here. Life does not have to be perfect to be wonderful. Just happen to be here. Omens just show up, and be open to them. And then I think the last thing I want to tell you is to trust. Trust that things get better. Trust in the process, trust in the journey, trust in you. And whether it's Jerry Seinfeld, and there was this great scene where Jerry Seinfeld's in the coffee shop, and his girlfriend breaks up with him. And he says, okay. And she says, you're okay? He says, yeah, okay. Things always work out for me. It's a good attitude. Or Ted Lasso, where he tells people to be a goldfish so that you have a 10-second memory. And he doesn't say don't not think about why you didn't win the game and how you could do better. But he says then once you've thought about it and analyzed it, just forget about it and move on. So in other words, don't worry about it. Don't worry, be happy, I don't think is the right answer, because that says you never had to think about it. I think the idea of the goldfish that you get on and move on after you've thought about it is the right attitude. And that line that sometimes I hate repeating, but it's very true. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Sandra talks about it. She's a better person today. I think that I'm a better person for some of the challenges that I've gone through. So trust in the process. You'll be okay. You'll get through it. You'll find your way. Someone, something, some book, some friend will come and help you. And you'll come to that realization about what your purpose is in life, and this thing that you're going through, this challenge that you're having, this trauma that you've got, will in the end be something that you say, I didn't like it, but it actually was probably better for me. Anyway, those are my 6 ideas. Don't isolate, but also have some alone time. Recognize the triggers. Realize it's a journey. Watch out for the omens and follow them when they come. And trust that everything will be better in the end. Thanks, everyone. Have a great weekend. Good night. And I remind you, I'm on every Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock on 960 AM. You can stream me online at www.saga960am.ca on my podcasts, and videos go up on my website, briancrombie.com. The videos go on YouTube and social media, and the podcasts go on several different podcast servers. So if you don't catch me on the radio, you can catch me in a lot of other places. I really enjoy meeting all these people. And so thank you for giving me the opportunity to meet them and to hopefully help some of you. Thanks. Good night, everybody.